Hello everyone, this is Chinky from Chinky Real Estate with my YouTube channel Living in Mississauga. It's International Women's Day today, so I'm here to spotlight a long-time strong community leader here in Mississauga, Miss Dipika Damerla. She is our current Mississauga City Councillor for Ward 7, the neighborhood of Cooksville since 2018. Prior to being elected as a city councillor, she spent 7 years from 2011 to 2018 representing these residents of Mississauga East-Cooksville as their Member of Provincial Parliament and also as Ontario's Associate Minister of Health and Long-Term Care and Minister of Seniors Affairs in the Cabinet of Premier Kathleen Wayne. She carries a reputation as a hard-working advocate for the place she calls home, which is Mississauga. Someone who listens to her constituents, addresses their concerns, and stays in touch with them. I know that she has a monthly newsletters for those subscribers. Having served as a cabinet minister, Dipika brings executive experience in the role of councillor, with a proven ability to get things done and deliver results for Mississauga. But prior to entering politics, Dipika worked in a corporate banking and ran a successful small business in Mississauga. She holds an MBA in finance from the Rutland School of Management. It is a pleasure to be here with Ms. Dipika Damerla. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to interview you. And of course, this is for International Women's Day, which is today.
Thank you so much, Chinky. Happy to be here and happy International Women's Day to you as well and to all of the women who might be listening and the men.
Yes. Well, what is International Women's Day means to you?
Well, it means so many different things, Chinky. But at one level, I think of it as, I think of all the women who need more support than me.
Yes.
Right? So as much as, we are here in Canada, and we have a legal system and a society that's very supportive of women. I know there's more work to be done, but we are in a relatively good position. But I also think about the women across the world.
Yes.
And what does it mean for them? And what can we, people like you and I, do to help those women? Like, that's what I think about.
Yes, that's why I believe in your advocacy about empowering women, just as you are being empowered as well as a city councillor here in Mississauga. How do you plan to celebrate Women's Day?
Well, it's interesting that you asked. So one way I'm celebrating is being here with you and talking about this important issue. So thank you for that opportunity. But later today, I'm actually going to a Walton's Women's Association, where I'm going to be speaking as well about women's empowerment. And today there was an editorial in the Toronto Star by Bonnie Crombie, our former mayor. She talked about something very interesting, and she talked about a cup of ambition for women. She said that, so there's a quote that talks about every woman should wake up every morning and drink a cup of ambition. And
I love that
idea.
Yes.
Isn't it a great idea?
Yes.
A cup of ambition. So there's two things that, and yesterday I was at another International Women's Day, and they said, well, Councillor, what is your message to young girls?
Yes.
This is what I said. I said, my message, not just to young girls, but young girls and young boys, is this: dare to dream. Because, Chinky, in this world, there are so many people who say no and criticize you that sometimes we don't even have the courage to dream. We don't even have the courage to admit to ourselves our ambitions. We kind of say, oh no, like an idea comes into our head, I want to be a supermodel, and then another voice comes in that says, are you kidding? And you shut it down.
Yes.
And what I want to tell the girls and boys is, don't make that mistake. Dream. It's only in your head. No one else knows. Dream with courage, because if you can dream with courage, then maybe you can put it into an action. But there's nothing sadder than when we edit our dreams. So that's my message.
That's true. What a wonderful message. I believe in that message, because when I came to Canada as a new immigrant, I was scared too.
Scared to dream, right?
Scared to dream.
Scared to admit, I want this, yes.
Yeah, we have a bigger dream in our minds, but to execute and to plan how to achieve those dreams, it's a scary world, right? So this is a new country. We are new immigrants, diverse immigrants here in Canada. And
Yeah.
how do you compete? Because you are in a third world country, like myself in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But then, there's a lot of opportunities. You just need to initiate and be aggressive. Look after those mentors and educate yourself. And like you, I heard your stories in one of your speaking events, and how did you rise up from being an immigrant and get into a school for MBA. It was amazing. Like
Thank
you are
you.
inspiring women to
Thank you so much.
everybody, especially for our young folks.
It all begins with daring to dream. So that's my message for International
I
Women's
love
Day
that.
this year.
Yeah.
Dare
Top
to
of
dream,
ambition.
because once you can dream, the rest will come. Don't stop yourself from dreaming, and we do that all the time. We always say, that's not for me. We don't even want to think about it. Think about it if you want.
That's a very nice statement, especially for today as we celebrate the International Women's Day. Well, for me, because I am a mom, I also have a 20-year-old daughter. Of course, I also have to encourage her to dream big. And
Yes.
I know that you have a daughter as well.
Yes, and that's what I tell her. Sometimes I say, Mila, you have to dream. Like, don't be afraid to dream. Like, you don't think about it, but now that I've said it, think about how many times, not just women, especially women, but men and women will just say, they won't even think about it. They'll be like, no, this is not even a good idea. They'll cut their own dreams. They edit their dreams.
Nice. So what about you, Councillor? Do you have any projects going on, especially for women?
Well, it's very interesting you asked this question. A while ago, I was involved in a project that I absolutely loved, and I'd like to get involved again. It was called the RISE program, RISE. It's from the University of Toronto's Rotman School of Management. And what they do is, if you are a woman you see you're a stay-at-home mom or something, and you want to earn some money from a home-based business, and this was before COVID, so now everybody is comfortable working from home. The whole idea was that, say you had a talent, you could sew clothes, or you were a good cook, or you were good with designing graphics. What we said was, we can help you turn this into a home-based business. So if you were good at sewing clothes, we would give a small, not me, but the organization would give a small loan to buy a sewing machine.
Wow.
You want to start a catering business? Okay, we'll give you a small loan to buy those large, cooking vessels that you might need. But along with the loan, they would give them training. How to do the books,
nice. Yeah.
how to build a business plan. So this was like a 6 to 8 week program. And it used to be in Toronto. And then I brought it to Mississauga. And we partnered with Sheridan College. It was the best thing I ever did. Unfortunately, after I became a councillor, I did that as an MPP, and I was able to do that. And I was able to provide some provincial funding to make that happen in Mississauga. And after I stopped being an MPP, unfortunately, that project is not there anymore, but it's something that I would love to do again. It was and there were women who came out and said, we used to have graduation ceremonies, and I still remember this one woman who said, thank you for this program, because I've become the woman I've always wanted to be.
Yes,
Can
that's
you imagine
true.
that?
Yeah.
What a powerful
Yeah,
statement.
that initiative really motivates and inspired women to execute their dreams to become a reality.
And the confidence to say, okay. And the best part about the program was the loan, because what the expert said was, if you have a loan and you have to repay the loan, it puts pressure on you.
Oh yes.
Like, you have to sell the clothes that you're sewing. It's not like, okay, no one's buying, so I won't do anything with it, because you need to repay the loan. So there was like structure and rigor and training. It was a fantastic program. It's still running in Toronto. I just wish I could bring it back to Mississauga.
Maybe you have a chance.
Maybe I have a chance. We'll see.
What about for young girls? Any message for our young girls, especially for everyone who's inspiring to be a community leader as well, or maybe a small business owner?
Yeah, I think my message is, there's no substitute for hard work. You have to work hard, but hard work is not a plan. So you need a plan. The hard work is a given, but don't think that just because you're working hard, you'll succeed. Hard work is just the minimum requirement. You need a plan. Always remember, hard work is not a plan.
Wow. Is there any programs that you also advocate for newcomers, immigrants, women here in Mississauga?
Well, there's a number of programs that are there in Cooksville. There's the Newcomer Center Appeal that does a lot of settlement, and then there's every community group. Like I was with the Chinese community, and they have a settlement agency where they teach English as a second language. So those are usually provincial programs.
Okay.
But I just heard about something fantastic, and I'm going to be meeting these women. It's a group that supports Arab newcomers, and I said, well, what services do you provide? And they said, we provide post-settlement. And so the idea is that we provide these basic settlement programs, and then we tell people go, but they still need some support,
Yes,
right? So that's such a cool idea, post-settlement. Now what's the next step of support you might need?
It's like a transition programs.
So I'm actually going to be meeting with them in a couple of weeks, and I look forward to finding out what kind of post-settlement programs there are.
Wow, nice. Well, since I moved here in Mississauga, I also try to get involved with networking events, women networking events, and one of which is to be part. I'm now part of 100 Women in Mississauga Who Cares.
Oh, so there's an event coming up, and I plan to attend that event. So I'll be seeing you there.
With Christine Hall. So we'll try, because when you are associated yourself with empowered women, you become empowered as well. And there's always that boost of confidence, right? Like I said, when I came here, I feel like I was so nervous to interview you, but I said, this is International Women's Day, so we have to celebrate as women.
But I know you're not nervous because you're enjoying yourself.
I am. Thank you so much. Well, any last message for our women out there, not just here in Mississauga, but for everyone?
It's the same message, which is follow your dreams and work hard and have a plan. That's really important. Always have a plan.
I agree to that. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Dipika, for this wonderful time, and to all our viewers out there, a happy International Women's Day. And please, if you like what you saw with this video, please follow me along, Chinky Damerla, my YouTube channel, Living in Mississauga, and I hope to see you again. Thank you so much. Happy International Women's Day to all women out there. Thank you.
Thank you.